Hello, our science lesson for today. Your choice word activity for today is let's get physical in nature. And I saw Faith riding her bicycle yesterday outside. Super job. So today, do the fitness in nature activity with someone in your family. Parents, see if you can open the link because right now I am in the copy that I sent to you, and the other links have been working. But this one is telling me I need to reset it. Okay, so let me know if that works for you. Talk with your fitness partner and discuss how it's different exercising outside than it is exercising inside. Draw and label a picture about a place in nature that it might be difficult for you to exercise. Write a sentence explaining what makes it so difficult to exercise in that place. And that's your choice board activity for today in science. And let's see. Ooh, look at this one in math. I like this one. Do you like things in order? Your numbers or alphabet need to be in order, right? On a piece of paper, put the following numbers in order. So you're ordering numbers. And remember, when you're doing your choice board, you're supposed to do one thing in each subject. I've just been highlighting the science and social studies box. Next week, I'll highlight a different subject, but you're supposed to be doing one in each box. Okay, and the day is day 5. So you should be doing these 3 boxes. Okay, so let's go on with our science lesson. And we have been talking about habitats. And remember, a habitat is a place where an animal lives, that an animal can get everything that it needs. And yesterday, you went on a virtual field trip of the rainforest. How did you like that? It was awesome, wasn't it? It was like we were actually there. Today, you're going to get to go on a virtual field trip of the ocean. You're going to get to go on a virtual field trip of the ocean. And I know you are going to enjoy that. Before we get started with our Brain Pop video today, because we're going to look at the desert today, hot, dry desert. I'm going to open up my screen a little bit. Okay, let's look at the pages that you'll be looking at this weekend. And like I said, it's Catch Up Friday, so work on what you need to work on and finish what you need. And then you can always come back to these things if you need something to do over the weekend. What are your 5 senses? Your 5 senses, you use your senses to learn. And we've already talked about our 5 senses, so this would be a quick review. And then they're labeled see, hear, smell, taste, touch. And then on the next page, and this is to be a quick review, parents. Draw a line to match each sense word to the correct picture. And then the next page is like a little lab investigation that you could do. How are animals and plants different? And so you look at the pictures, you write, you compare, and then you tell. And this could be done in their journal. How are they alike? How are they different? Well, how are they different? That's what it says. And then there's a chart that they can use in the back to do on the back that they can use to do their writing. Okay? All right, now today what we're going to focus on our STEM, basic needs of animals. And remember, we said that where an animal lives is where it gets its basic needs, right? Its habitat provides everything that it needs. So where you live provides everything that you need. In my apartment, I have everything that I need. I have food, I have water, I have shelter from the rain because it's been raining a lot. I have everything that I need in here to survive. So when an animal chooses a habitat, it chooses a habitat to provide everything that it needs. So let's look at this picture. You know what these are? They look like big squirrels to me. These are called prairie dogs. What do prairie dogs need? Prairie dogs need food. They eat grasses and weeds. Prairie dogs need water. They get water from their food. And why do you think they get water from their food? They get water from their food because look at where they live. It's dry out there. So most of the food that they eat, they're going to have to get water from it. Prairie dogs need a home. They live in burrows underground. They live in burrows underground, right? So that's where prairie dogs live. And then on the back of that page, basic needs of animals. Color the food that prairie dogs eat. Which one of these pictures shows you what prairie dogs eat? Do they eat bananas? Do they eat fish? Do they eat grasses? Yes. Color the home where prairie dogs live. And so here we have what is that? Looks like a rock. Here's a burrow. And here's a nest. Where does a prairie dog live? Okay, and then your next pages are your assessment. Your assessment. And parents, like I said this morning earlier in the video, I think I'm going to put this in, type this out and put it on Mastery Connect, and then I will send you the link and you can do that online. I will work on that this weekend. You can go ahead and do it in your book if you like. You can go ahead and do it in the book if you like. And remember, parents, don't give them the answers. I know you really want to, because I know I really want to give them the answers sometimes. But you read the question, you read the answers to them, and you let them choose the answer. And whatever they choose, that's the answer. And then that way we know that's what we need to go back and we need to reteach it again. Okay? So we're not going to give them the answers. You can go over it once they've done it and it's finished, and then you can go back and you can talk about that question. But don't give them the answers while they are doing it. Okay, let's go ahead and look at our desert video today. I also found a story in Epic today. And I chose this one because if you look at the cover, let's go back to the cover. Look at the little cover right there. I'm trying to close it. Here it is. Move myself out of the way. It has those little prairie dogs on the front. At least they looked like prairie dogs to me. And then I looked through my headings and I went through my table of contents and I found that picture that looks just like them. Let's read that page. I'm going to read that page. Staying safe. These squirrels have brown bodies. Desert sand is also brown. The squirrels stay safe because their color hides them. It is hard for other animals to see the squirrels on the sand. And so they called them squirrels. But they look the same to me. What do you think? Maybe. You might have to do an investigation to find out what those are. So we're talking about the desert. Deserts. Let's listen and learn about the desert.
Hard quiz.
Do you know what I like to watch it's on Netflix, parents. It's called Blue Planet. That's one of them that I like to watch. There's another one that's called Our Earth. There are a lot of videos on Netflix. They're series about animals and where they live. Those are awesome. So if you're looking for something for them to watch, and I'm going to tell you a secret, they love watching those. That's usually when we have a free minute, they want to watch the animal videos or the National Geographics. Those are awesome. They give them a lot of information. They get to learn about animals in different places. So those are good videos to watch. If you're tired of them looking at cartoons or something like that, they can watch the animal videos on Netflix. Called Our Planet, Blue Planet. I believe one's called The Earth. There are a lot of those on there. But let's learn about the desert.
Those are really long needles. No, not those kind of needles. The cactus needles are sharp points that protect the plant. Yes, a cactus is a plant. It grows in a desert habitat. What is a desert like? It's so sunny here. The climate is really hot. And look at the soil. It's dry and cracked. You're right, Moby. The plants and animals that live here must have ways to meet their needs. How do plants survive in the desert? Be careful. These leaves are actually long, thin spikes. This is not a good tree to climb. I bet these spikes help the tree to survive. Well, plants use their leaves to get sunlight, and leaves can grow pretty big. But the desert is really sunny. So this tree has long, thin leaves so it doesn't get too much sun. I guess desert plants have special ways to survive in their habitat. Moby. This tree has shallow roots that can soak up the littlest bit of rain that falls. And then it has really deep roots that can store extra water when there isn't any rain. You're right, Moby. That cactus does have a thick stem. It could store water in there. And the sharp needles keep animals from stealing its water. How do animals survive in the desert? Well, all animals need some water. This lizard must get its water by eating bugs. But the desert has many kinds of animals. Where could they be? Hey, it must be pretty cool inside that cactus. I bet desert animals like spiders, snakes, and foxes find shelter to stay out of the hot sun. And when it gets darker and cool, the animals could come out to find food. Right, they're nocturnal, so they're more active at night. I'm not so sure I want to be here when all these animals come out tonight. Whoa, I wasn't expecting that city to be here in the desert. There must be a lot of people who live there. How is the desert changing? Before people put up buildings, they have to clear the land first. And many plants and animals lose their homes. But look, there's a reserve. That's a special area where people can't build. So animals and plants have a safe place to live. It's important to respect the desert because it's home to so many plants and animals. Feels good to be out of the sun, huh, Moby? Hey, that bird doesn't belong in this habitat.
So that's the desert. Okay, that's our habitat. This is our story that we were looking at. And I'm going to assign this story to the students in EPIC just so they can go ahead and they can look at it. So I'm going to go ahead and assign it to the class. And they can read it at their leisure. Okay? And so that's our science for today. I am going to go ahead and I'll post our virtual ocean field trip for you. And I hope you all have a super day.